An earthquake of magnitude 7.8 has occurred in the southeastern region of Turkey near the border with Syria, Gaziantep, which has caused thousands of deaths. More than 3,419 deaths have been confirmed in the earthquake disaster in Turkey, while more than 20,000 are injured. According to reports from Syria, more than 1,600 people have been killed by the earthquake so far. Strong tremors have devastated at least 10 Turkish cities, while they were felt in the capital Ankara as well as across the country. Many buildings have collapsed due to the earthquake and efforts are on to rescue people trapped under the debris. The Turkish government, while declaring a state of emergency, has appealed to the public not to use mobile phones so that aid workers do not have difficulties in communicating. Work continued overnight in southern Turkey with heavy machinery removing large slabs of concrete embedded in the collapsed building structure. There would be a break in the relief work when the sound of Allahu Akbar would be heard from somewhere. It was said when a person was pulled from the wreckage alive or dead. A large-scale relief effort is underway by the Turkish authorities as well as internationally. My plane took off from Lebanon. It was filled with firefighters and medical personnel. Hundreds of rescue workers from Switzerland and Romania were present at Adana Airport. The city is full of homeless people. Those whose houses were destroyed are not ready to take shelter anywhere for fear of aftershocks. The first quake struck early in the morning while many people were sleeping and buildings shook for 90 seconds. An unstoppable stage for witnesses. Some people were able to escape immediately with their valuables and loved ones. Some people left their homes without shoes, coats and phone chargers. The temperature may drop in some places this week. A disaster for Turkey, but the situation in northern Syria is even more dire. The border is heavily monitored. While Syria lacks international aid and lacks modern debris-clearing machinery, there are 1.7 million Syrian refugees living near the border, whose lives were suffering even before the earthquake. They were forced to live in temporary shelters for many years and were living as refugees in their own country. Buildings in Aleppo, Idlib, Banias and Jandars have been severely damaged. No one is responding to their calls for help. Northern Syria has been racked by war for the past decade and this devastating earthquake has made life even more difficult for civilians. More than 5,000 people have died from the earthquake in both countries. The Turkish vice president says at least 3,419 deaths have been confirmed. More than 20,000 people have been injured there, while nearly 6,000 buildings have collapsed. Meanwhile, the death toll in Syria has reached 1,602. Turkish officials have said that more than 24,000 workers are participating in the rescue operation. Relief activities are facing difficulties due to cold weather. In addition to the United Nations, European Union and NATO, the United States, Great Britain, China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Japan, Iran, Iraq, Australia, New Zealand, Greece, and other countries have dispatched aid equipment and teams. Officials of the World Health Organization fear that there may be 20,000 deaths from the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. In addition to Turkish personnel and volunteers, teams from 65 countries are participating in the relief operations. But due to cold weather, bad condition of roads and extent of damage, relief workers are facing difficulties.